Hello folks, today's video contains all the juicy info you need to know about the November the 10th release of Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone later in December. Following COD Next, this has been mostly shotgun blasted across the internet, but we've brought you the best bits all together here in one place and delivered to you quicker than a Lockwood 300 can send you back to the lobby. We're going to cover gameplay changes that affect Warzone and multiplayer, including improvements to movement and combat mechanics, new perks and equipment, and tweaks to the gunsmith system. We've got news on the new Warzone map, including first look footage and new features, quality of life updates, and how it will integrate with the current game. We've got info on multiplayer maps and game modes aimed at bringing back OG Modern Warfare nostalgia. And finally, a first look reveal of the infectious zombies mode that is making a long awaited return. And if all that still isn't enough, we're dropping a bombshell that I certainly wasn't expecting, but unlike a knitted scarf from your auntie this Christmas, it'll make many of you very happy indeed. The video is timestamped, so feel free to jump around to the bits you're most interested in, but that's enough of that, let's get into it. So the first major change affecting both Warzone and multiplayer are the quicker movement and combat mechanics, aimed at increasing the skill gap and outplay potential. So if you get a little tingle every time you watch Joe-O or Zyro spin somebody upside down, get ready for that, recharged. We're going to see both slide and reload cancelling return. That's absolutely a win. Though slide cancelling won't reset your tac sprint, so no risk in the health of your thumbs or controller just to make it across open ground. Tac sprint will be quicker and last longer, whilst mantling animation will also be sped up. We're going to have faster ADS strafe speed, sliding hipfire, and even a perk to let you ADS during a slide. Unfortunately, the appearance and functionality of the gunsmith system is largely the same. There are a couple of tweaks. Aftermarket parts have now been added for max level weapons, allowing a player to dramatically alter the function of a weapon by completing a one-time challenge. This could result in giving a pistol full auto or making an LMG handle more like an AR. Hopefully this will give players the option for more personal customization, but without adding thousands more attachments like were offered up in the current game. Like me, some people love geeking up the tuning to gain an advantage or personal feel, but many find it a nose and just want to focus on the action. Maybe this could be a nice middle ground. Another improvement for me is that detailed weapon stats are returning, like we had in Vanguard, but with even greater detail, so you can geek out till you freak out. And now for Warzone. This is what you've been waiting for. Are you ready for this? The new map is Verdansk 2.0. I'm joking, although I admit it, I nearly had you there. No, the new map is Urzikstan. Though it's clearly aimed at going back towards the feel of Verdansk, stylised with more of an urban, Eastern European environment, though against a more vibrant colour palette this time. This will help keep your eyes interested for those moments when you're not busy trying to stop your head from getting taken off by a one-shot sniper. Oh yeah, one-shot snipers appear to be back. One-shots were happening at COD Next, but something like that could easily change between now and launch, or after launch, or between a Tuesday and a Wednesday, one afternoon when the devs are short on things to do in the office. Who knows what they're thinking sometimes. All your existing operator skins and weapon blueprints will carry over to the new game, so you and your crew can still stack a squad of pink Nicki Minaj's with cast-off 7.62s. Stims are back for regenning health and gaining a brief speed boost, but if they leave the door open to gas glitching, I may have to... No, let's just be optimistic. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Ground loot weapon rarity will be indicated by colour, like in Warzone 1, and the backpack will be staying in the game. The in-game HUD looks identical to the current one, but with a different font. Maybe we'll get more detailed teammate inventory information at a later date. But for now, there's no counter to that one teammate that always hoards the plates. Flipping loot goblin. Although automatically equipped, there'll be a function for manual removal of the gas mask, so now there's even less chance of your life-saving equipment getting you killed. The old minimap system is back, where once again firing a gun with an unsuppressed weapon will briefly show you up on your enemy's map as a red dot, so suppressors will regain some significance. Every player has a secret pistol hidden away, perhaps in their prison purse. It's just permanently on you in addition to your primary and secondary weapons, and means you'll never be completely defenceless while on a ladder or in the water again. In terms of getting about, the popular redeploy drones remain in the game, as well as introducing horizontal zip lines, designed for traversing between structures. And for those normally more accustomed to Microsoft Train Simulator, we will have a drivable armoured train. Probably not a game changer in itself, but why not? There will be a few Warzone exclusive perks such as Shrouded, which makes your player automatically drop a smoke grenade for concealment when downed, and Combat Scout, which... oh god, really? Wall hacks. It's wall hacks! It pings an enemy when they're hit with a bullet. I suppose I was hoping for a balanced perk system. We give you smoke, but we give you temporary wall hack to counter. Okay. As you expect, there will be a new Gulag, which will remain 1v1. After an in-season update, there will be a random chance that your Gulag will be going dark with night vision. It could be good, it could be annoying, but when it affects both players, it's hard to argue it's unfair at least. But along with some minor changes to the contracts, let's see what it's like in game. Multiplayer will launch with 16 maps, reimagined from 2009's Modern Warfare 2. They've been completely remodelled for current gen with minor tweaks, but they are intended to carry all the feel of the original maps. Activision announced that during the seasons after launch we can expect at least 12 more core 6v6 maps, with 6 of those in the first 2 seasons. Player health has been increased to 150 HP, so like the changes they've made around longer time to kill in Warzone, we'll now see that reflected in multiplayer. The sweats amongst us will be keen to see any changes that add to that skill gap, but we can presume that there will still be hardcore modes if you're more of a Western gunslinger determined to get that first shot off. I hope you'll be glad to hear that map voting is returning, so while the updated versions of all the old classics are sure to be bangers, you can still vote for your fan favourite to play next at the end of each game. While Dead Silence won't be coming back as a perk, it'll instead be available as an equipment item. You'll essentially add ninja boots to your character and let the backstabbing and hilarious death comms commence. Perks will this time be active from the very start of matches, but they are now made up from 4 clothing equipment categories. So for example, you might choose to equip gloves that increase your weapon swap speed or enable reload speed while sprinting. But you could also equip a gear item that reduces battlefield noise to make enemy footsteps easier to hear. There's a whole variety of kill streaks and equipment types for your character, too many to discuss in this video, but one example is the Mosquito drone kill streak. Very similar to the Hunter Killer from Black Ops 2, it scouts for targets before plummeting towards them to bring surefire death. Good fun in multiplayer, but one that will hopefully stay there. No one wants AI-controlled bomb drones in the new Warzone, do they? For the love of God. They're going to bring them in before immediately backtracking, aren't they? Oh well, it is still COD, isn't it? As well as the resurrection of war from COD World War II and vehicle-centric ground war, all new mode Cutthroat will be an interesting twist on Search and Destroy by instead having 3 teams of 3 playing on a variety of core multiplayer maps. This should be a good one to at least have a go of. For the fans of zombies, a bit like some of the limited time events that they've had, zombies will now be a mass player versus experience. So multiple teams in one large map fighting the oncoming zombie horde and squads of AI bots. Yay! But purely cooperatively interaction between the human players. There's definite themes of this picking up the mantle of DMZ with an expanding deadly Ether Storm and an extraction-based endgame with weapon carryover to the next deployment. Despite that attempt at evolving in a zombies game mode, some essential features will be included, such as the Pack-a-Punch machine, perk holders and the mystery box. There's also footage of a gun that operates a little similarly to Doom's BFG 9000, and with the upcoming store bundle, why not ride a little on the coattails of that nostalgia trip? Though the shotgun is already giving me PTSD. Ugh. And so finally, the bombshell. Well, it shows that if either your heart is honest and pure and you want something enough, or if you're a multi-million-dollar company and the customer base has had enough of a rant, incredible things can happen. Folks, I never thought I'd be saying this. I've been telling people for months to move on with their lives, that things could never go back to the way they were before. It was different now. We all just had to move on. But against that advice, they've only just gone and announced the return of Rebirth Island, along with Fortune's Keep. It's scheduled to arrive in 2024. Apparently, no one at Activision has had children, and now that they have given in with Rebirth Island, I ultimately cannot see them doing anything else but one day bringing back Verdansk. It's all a bit bonkers to me, but there is no denying how popular Rebirth was, and still remains to this day. You only have to read the comment sections of videos like this to see the vast support for it. What do you all feel generally about the reuse of old maps and modes? Do you like getting to enjoy your old favourites once again, or do you feel it's an impossible task recapturing that special feeling from the time? Should devs instead spend their effort on making something that recreates that old feeling but in a new way? So, Rebirth, W or an L? Stick your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'm psyched for Modern Warfare 3 and a new Warzone. I'll hopefully see you back here at the channel where I'll be continuing to bring you more content on this great game. Laters!